Hello neighbors, it's Brad here at etrailer, and today we're looking at the Gustafson LED flush mounted dome light. So you can see our previous light fixture has two incandescent bulbs and it puts off a decent amount of light. It's a little more outdated looking with the yellowy kind of orange tint. This we have a nice warm white light, and so it's a nice non-abrasive light that still outputs quite a bit, and it's in a smaller package. Also, being LED, it's going to use less electricity, and it's also going to last longer. If you're looking to implement this in your camper, now you're going to want to check to make sure that it's going to fit in your previous fixture spot, and so it's going to be 6 inches by 4 inches. The small footprint but high output of light makes this bulb a great option for mounting either underneath cabinets or in cabinets for some storage lighting. Now this is a good footprint and it has 9 diodes in it, so it puts out pretty good light, but as you can see our mounting holes, you can get away with not having to patch those by stepping up to a larger version of it. Now this has 12 diodes, and so it's going to output a little bit more light and it's going to cover up our mounting holes perfectly. With everything in life, I really like efficiency, things that last long, and overall just good quality. And part of lighting technology has come a long way in just the past few years, and a lot of that is LED lights. LED lights not only give us a brighter light, it's more efficient, it lasts longer. Everything about it kind of checks the boxes a little bit better. So if you have a camper, these are pretty standard, which you see in a lot of them. We're going to go ahead and change this out and see the difference that it makes. So here we have it before with our 2 incandescent bulbs. We're going to replace this entire thing and see the difference. Now changing these fixtures out is going to be a very quick process, and it's going to give you instantly better light within just a couple minutes. So I'm going to show you how to change these out. Now first you're going to want to cut the power to your camper, that way you're not working with live electricity. And to take these panels off, you simply slide them out and then they're going to pop out. We're going to do that on each side. It's also a good chance to get some of these bugs that have hung out in these caps. And now we see our actual fixture is mounted up with some Phillips head screws. So we're going to go ahead and take those out. Now I suggest keeping your lights off, or at least the one that you're going to be working on, for a while. That way it's going to allow it to cool down, because these can get pretty hot. You're also going to want to hang on to this hardware as we remove it, because we're going to need this to reinstall our new LED fixture. So with our screws out, this should simply drop down. And a lot of times you'll have some wire caps there. So we're going to go ahead and you can either cut these off and put new caps, or if you have a crimper, sometimes you can actually salvage these or bring them off without having to cut by simply kind of biting into them sideways, the opposite way they've been crimped, and that's going to open that opening up, allowing these wires to loosen. Now also keep note before you separate them where your wires are going. So you can see off our light fixture we have a white and a black, and those are going to be feeding up to our power wires. Now yours may be a different color, but ours are denoted by being white with a red line, and we also have just our plain white wires that are going to the other white from our fixture. So we can separate those. We'll do the same here on our power. So now we'll grab our new fixture. So to get this installed, you're going to want to take your cover off, because you're going to be using these holes behind it to mount it up. Now as far as wiring, pretty simple. You have a white wire and a black wire, so your positive and your negative, and you're going to want to attach those accordingly to your camper. Now our power wires are white and red. Yours may be different, but you want to check to make sure with the voltmeter. So we're going to put this on here. And I just have a screw-on wire cap that should work fine. Now we'll attach our negatives. Now the hardware is not included, so you may need a few small screws to get this into place. And with our screws, we're simply going to just screw this into the ceiling. Once you have that mounted up, you simply pop on your outside cover here. And with that snapped into place, all that's left is to power up the camper and test it out. And there we have it. Nice bright LED light in a smaller fixture. Now this is only 6 inches long, so it does leave the mounting holes from our previous light fixture, so you may have to go back and touch those up. But as you can see, it outputs quite a bit of light for being pretty small. And that was a look at the Gustafson LED RV dome light.